Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. So I'm Scott Selections here for Tuesday, July 11th. For again today's play of the day. Quick recap what happened yesterday. We had a nice winner in the home run derby with the longest home run under 490.5 feet and minus 120 on DraftKings. Line closed at, I believe, minus 155. I know most books move their lines to 485.5. That still got there. Robert had one home run that was 484. Kind of the only outlier. I believe that was the only ball that went north of 470. It's really never in doubt. Look for the winner here on Tuesday. And for today's play of the day, going to go to the MLB All-Star game between the NL and the AL. And for this game, going to take a team total in this one. Going to take the National League first five team total over 1.5 runs at minus 120 on DraftKings. Time recording of 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Covering why we're going to take the National League first five team total over in this game. First reason, the AL's pitching plan's really not great in this game, and I'll explain why. So Garrett Cole is going to be getting the start for the American League. Last three starts, he's been okay. 18 innings pitched, 20 hits allowed, a 4 flat ERA. We know he kind of has had a home run problem in years past, and the NL lineup is really, really good. It wouldn't shock me if Cole gave up a run or two in the first two, but it's pretty standard procedure that the starting pitcher goes 2 innings max, and then they bring in the other pitchers out of the bullpen or some of the other starters on the roster. The problem is the AL is pretty shorthanded because it already has been announced that Ohtani, McClanahan, and Valdez, the probably three other best pitchers on the roster, are not going to be playing. Now, McClanahan's fully injured. He's not even there. Ohtani's going to be hitting, but announced he's not going to be pitching. And Valdez is out too. So the point is the AL's already a bit shorthanded with regard to arms. And I know that they kind of filled in some guys as last-second replacements, but they're obviously not as good as the initial pitchers who were supposed to be getting the action. So because of that, I do think the AL's actual pitching is a little bit compromised in this game. Now, to go through some of the other pitchers who are available in theory, but I think are probably not going to pitch. Castillo pitched on the 7th, so he's on a bit less rest. But once again, it is in the Seattle ballpark, so he should probably pitch 1 inning. But Gaussman and Gray, two other AL starters, pitched on the 8th. So I highly doubt either of them are going to pitch either. So once again, the AL might be missing 5 normal starters on the original roster. And because of that, I have some questions about what the AL is going to do after Cole pitches 2 innings. On top of that, to mention the actual lineup for the NL, it's really, really good. They got Acuna, Freeman, Betts, JD Martinez, Nolan Arenado, Arise, Murphy, Carroll, and Arcia. That's a really, really good lineup. And I am aware that once again, it is the All-Star game, so you might see some of those guys get benched after the first couple innings. But you still have Albies, Olsen, Riley, Alonso, you have Castellanos, Soto, Soler. You got a lot of talent on that team. And I know that the AL's kind of dominated this event historically speaking, but based on, once again, the lack of proper rest for the AL pitchers, the NL might be live in this one. Now, I'm not going to pick the NL to win, but I do think, once again, they can capitalize on what could be a little bit of a weaker pitching staff than what people are anticipating. And I think because of that, this 1.5 team total is a little bit too low. Plus, the actual weather should be either neutral or slightly beneficial to the hitter. 74 degrees with a wind blowing to right field. Nothing extreme with regard to the wind, but the weather should be fine. No real clouds or anything like that. But I do think at the end of the day, when you're looking at the spot here, I do think with the question marks the AL have with their pitching staff and with the NL's overall roster, especially with their starting lineup, they have enough talent to get over this numbers. Play that once again here for Tuesday, July 11th. It's going to be on the National League first five. Team total over 1.5 runs at minus 120 on DraftKings. Bye, everyone.